name is Jonathan Winker, and today I am going to be discussing a serious topic in our Indiana community. So in Indiana, children are more likely to suffer from child abuse and neglect than almost any other state in the United States. Indiana has the second highest child abuse rate in the nation, according to a report by the Children's Bureau of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. So this right off the bat tells us that this is a huge issue, not only in Indiana, but also nationally. Nearly 19 out of every 1,000 children are likely to be abused at some point in Indiana, which is double the national average. And this is according also to the Children's Bureau of Indiana. Additionally, another statistic, 85% of child abuse goes unreported. And so when children do not report this abuse, they're not helping themselves really. And so the first step in combating child abuse is to increase the reporting so that organizations can help those defenseless victims. In addition, the median age for reported child abuse is only 9 years old. And so at 9 years old, you're pretty innocent and defenseless. And really, when I was 9 years old, I relied on my parents and I knew that I could trust my parents, but many kids cannot. And so these statistics were provided from the Indiana Center for the Prevention of Youth Abuse and Suicide. And so I could tell a bunch of stories about the traumas of child abuse and a bunch of stories about how that goes, but that's a pretty traumatic experience for people to retell. And really what I want to focus on today is how we can stop this abuse and combat it in our community. And so luckily in our community there are organizations that are designed specifically for this purpose. One of them in Fort Wayne area, which is where I'm from, is called SCAN, and their purpose is to stop child abuse and neglect, and that's what the acronym SCAN stands for. And so they primarily do this through two main services, and the first is just preventative. So they're just trying to prevent the abuse at its root causes. And so abuse and neglect usually occur because of a lack of security and a lack of resources. And so if you don't have the right resources, you're likely going to neglect the needs of your child because you cannot provide for them. And so this is really what SCAN does, is they will meet with prospective couples that are expecting a child in a little while. And they meet with them, make sure they have the right resources so that they can adequately take care of their child and will never have to worry about neglecting them. Second, they also work with families who are experiencing abuse right now. They work through like therapy with them and really make sure that they try to keep the family as a cohesive unit instead of breaking up the family and them never seeing each other again, which can happen after you lose custody. They try to improve the parents' abilities and help control things like substance abuse. And so you can tell right off the bat that this is a serious issue. And really now what I'm asking you guys to do is to help stop this child abuse in our Indiana community. And so there are three main ways that you can really help me do that. And the first is, if you know about child abuse, you need to report it right away. If you don't report it, then you're basically silencing that victim and their story goes untold. Second of all, you can help organizations like SCAN and you can volunteer your time. Now you might say, I have no experience with child abuse or talking to kids. Well, that might not be what you're doing. You might be helping them as an organization. They'll put you in some role that will help them. And so that's one way to contribute to them. And then the last way, which is probably the most feasible way in the current circumstances with the coronavirus, is simply just to donate money. And so I know a lot of us are college students, so we don't have a lot of money. But even a small amount of money, $5, $10, $20 will go a long way in an organization like SCAN, who run primarily off of donations. And during economic downturn like right now, the first thing to go for companies are usually donations. And so SCAN is probably hurting at a time like now, and any donations would be welcome. And so there are three main ways that I would encourage you guys to go out and seek to stop child abuse and neglect in our Indiana community. And so I hope today has been really informative on the issue that is child abuse in Indiana, and I hope you all can this out. Thank you.